My oldest child, his name's Jarrod Carroll. He was 15 years old, a sophomore at Lee Summit North High School. Basically, that day started just like any other day. I took him to school, went off to work. In the afternoon, I got a phone call from the police telling me that my son had been in an accident and that he was being taken to the hospital. Not a lot was known except that he was riding his bike and he was hit by a car. So that started probably the worst 18 hours of my life, I would say, because I met him at the hospital and unfortunately he was not conscious. They said he had never been conscious. So that started our process with, hoping and praying, but finding out that the next day around 11, they declared him brain dead. Then, within the next minute to be asked, would we consider donating his organs, which as a family we had never discussed before. I mean, his biggest thing was 6 months ago he got his learning permit to drive a car, and that was his big excitement. Never considered it before, but it didn't really take us long to make the decision because we knew what the person was, what he was, and we tried to think about if we had talked to him about it, what would he say? And as I'm saying to you now, that he didn't know a stranger and he would talk to anyone and he loved life, that we figured that he would want to be able to give life to somebody else if he could. The one thing, like this family, Mary and Dale was the pancreas recipient. Mary wrote the letters and told us what was happening with their family. And about 5 years afterwards, Dale passed. And she wrote us a letter and she called us on the phone. She wanted to call us again and thank us. And she wanted us to understand all the things that he was able to do that he would have never been able to do if we hadn't given Jarrod to help other people. And I think, she told me he got to see his first grandchild be born. He got to walk his youngest daughter down the aisle. Things that she said he never would have been able to do if he hadn't received Jarrod's pancreas. I think that's what all of us as donors want to happen for the recipients. I would have loved to have seen my son graduate from high school, go to college, get married, but I can kind of live vicariously through these other people and the things they're able to do because of Jarrod's donation. It justifies to us that we did the right thing and that he was special, that our family member was special.